Crypto fans, welcome to Crypto Max News. I'm Crypto Max. What a day. I think every day has been good for the last week. Even the days where the market dipped a couple points. But anyway, just want to say thanks for stopping in. I'm a new channel. I'm going to continue to ask you to support the channel if you can, but my commitment back to you is that I'm always going to be digging in a little deeper to try to connect the dots and bring something meaningful. And instead of charting and things like that, my goal is to kind of go behind the scenes, I guess, a little bit. And so that's probably how I would differ in some of the ways that the chart guys do it, but not that I don't love their work. Anyway, so all sorts of good stuff. And before I get into that, this is not financial advice. It is for educational purposes only. Got to say that. All right, real quick, let's take a look at the market. And oh boy, you know I'm an XRP fan because we are rolling. XRP is rolling. All right. So, but let's take a look at Bitcoin real quick. 46.6. All right, hanging in there. You know what? So one thing you'll learn about me is I'll be open about my portfolio and how I've kind of laid things out. Originally, I guess I had started out and I was a little scattered all over the board. But if you're new to crypto, I probably really align with BitBoy on his strategy. He's like a top 10 guy, maybe top 20. But I spread out early on, and then I started to consolidate into that top 10-ish, top 20, and that seemed to really start to center in, more, I guess, profits on my portfolio, and the way that happens is just take a look at the utility of what that particular crypto is doing. If you're here because of XRP, we already know the utility, don't we? We do it the best, and there's nobody doing it really anywhere close. So, all right, so Bitcoin doing all right. Ethereum hanging in there, same thing. Just, small little dip over the last little bit. Cardano up, and then on the 7-day rolling, just, almost as much as XRP, which is at a whopping 60% on the 7-day. 60%. Okay, enough said. Don't even need to go through anything else. But if you notice in the top 20, nothing else even close, right? It's XRP, then Cardano, and that's it. That's what we have. So as far as, right, the real rockin' movers. And then if you dip a little bit lower than that, where's Axie? Somewhere around here Axie is. There. Oh no, I missed it. Oh, and I love FTT. There's Axie, right? 45%. So you get down to 34, Axie's doing pretty good. And then I like FTT. But so I'm a big I've never been into BNB. And some people are. They've seen a lot of growth out of that and done well. But here is this is my top 4. Again, not financial advice, but you've got Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, Cardano, and then there's some others in there that I like, right? And I'll talk about those. On to the kind of talk of the day, and this is where we kind of get into what's going on behind the scenes, why things are moving the way they are. And then this is a similar article to the one that I did on the other day, 110 million. So they picked up a few more coins moving. But if you notice, there's something just a little bit different about this article than the one that I talked about the other day. And it's, it just talks about the 20 million, and it talks about all the XRP moving around, right? And then we keyed in on that 20 million because that was down to Mexico and in the Bitso exchange. Well, when I start seeing regions that are good hubs to get somewhere else, then all of a sudden we're talking about, is there a new corridor coming? Is there something happening that we don't know about that's right around the corner? And then this is where I start getting nice and suspicious in a good way, okay? So we know about the Bitso and the 20 million right here. Here is the validation of that, right? No, you can't grab it. I wanted to highlight it there for you, but there's a 20 million XRP. And then it said for the second straight day, I'm going to show you one of the tweets. I'm going to try to find the other one. For the second straight day, Whale Alert has been removing tweets about XRP transactions. Well, isn't that interesting? Right? You think, okay, now you have my attention, right? That doesn't, right? Smoke doesn't always mean fire, but I want to tell you, since XRP has been on fire, it starts to make you point at things. Hey, what's going on? Is there something causing all this movement? Because we're rolling. So I looked at that and I said, all right, what's causing this? This tweet, I knew about it. I took a screenshot the day when I saw it before this the article even came out. I saw this this tweet and the 20,000, and I took, or 20 million. Well, then this came back out, and I had seen this part. Then this came back out and it says, hey, why did this get deleted so quick? And fortunately enough, I had already had a copy saved to my phone. But the fact that somebody else noticed it and somebody else brought it up, and then there was another one that was like 2 days in a row, and I'm like, okay, something's going on here. It doesn't, right? Again, we don't always know, and I'm giving it, like a 50-50 chance, but there is something going on, because you don't have somebody go and delete those tweets. I guarantee they probably didn't do it on just like, oh, accidentally 2 days in a row on XRP only. So something's happening, and that makes you even, but you kind of, now you're anxious to hear, oh man, what's this about? So I'm hoping that we've got a new corridor coming. That's what I think, because if you look back on the 24th, when the big movement over in Asia was, and then the 28th, then all of a sudden they opened up the on-demand live new corridor, right, from Japan to Philippines. So cool stuff, right? All right. Wanted to talk about this real quick. This is expanding, what do they call the article? Expanding Crypto Innovation. This is right off of Ripple Insights, okay? Great, just go to their website, it's really cool stuff. The top 50 disruptor list. You want to know who's going to go out and kick butt in the near future, or future 2-5 years, whatever it might be. Find the disruptors, and you hear all the Mark Cubans and everyone else talk about being a disruptor in the industry. Even Kevin O'Leary from Shark Tank as well. So, but you hear them talk about, look for the disruptors. Those are the ones that are going to come and take the market share of the other people. So, take a peek at this. Find me a crypto on here. Keep looking. Keep looking. Oh, wait a second. There's one. Only one. Ripple. That was in May of 2021. And I'm not saying CNBC is calling everything right, but again, they looked at that Ripple as a company in 2021. This was going to disrupt. And we know why. It's the financial sector, right? They don't know what to do. They're panicking. So, okay. When you start talking about settlement or lawsuit ending or things like that, there's a couple things. First off, this isn't why I think that there's some talk behind the scenes of settlement. Because as I read this, I know some people put this out as and that's their call. They can have their opinion on how they read the article. I just don't read it that way. In this particular case, Biden went out and he is reportedly choosing a new CFTC chair to oversee the crypto market. Well, right now it's this guy, Brian Quint. I'll get to that in a second. But nowhere in this article do I get the indication that somehow, as soon as this guy gets named or appointed, that he's going to come in, totally take over crypto and bounce the SEC. And if you guys could show me somewhere in this article that that's what it says, I'd gladly be wrong. But I don't see the way the White House was pushing and backing the crypto bill moving in, that's where we're going to see all the potential benefit in the near future. So I think that it's going to be a settlement from another perspective. So there's a couple guys on Twitter, James Phelan and Jeremy Hogan. Those two guys are really good. They're both attorneys. I think Phelan has been a little bit more involved on this type of law or involved at that level. But he's great, and I used his little checklist today. But in general, if you see some of the things that they're talking about where they're offering out, sealing this list of documents and making an offer to seal the list of documents, some people are seeing that as pretty bullish for potential SEC settlement in some form. And then I know BitBoy is high on that. He talks about it, and I watch BitBoy. I try to learn from everybody, and I try to glean everything I possibly can. So I appreciate you stopping at my channel. There's so many good people out here in the crypto world that I pay attention to and I learn from. I have my own little quirky way of going in and digging into things and seeing if that's going to apply to the way I think the crypto is going to move. So, but anyway. I just don't think that particular article means the CFTC is going to take over crypto. I hope they do. I just don't see it written in here. So that may be the case, but Biden and the White House were pushing kind of that ugly crypto tax provision in the infrastructure bill. So I don't see it necessarily a drive from the White House side to change things. But here's Brian Quintens again. Right, he's the one who told basically Gary Gensler, the SEC chair, to stay out of his backyard. You saw me do a TikTok on that one, and which is hilarious because Gary Gensler had only been on TikTok on Twitter for like a week, and Brian Quintens came right to Twitter and said, "Hey, welcome to Twitter. Oh, by the way, stay out of my backyard. You guys have nothing to do with commodities, right?" So he believes that there's a better way to run the oversight of crypto. And I'm totally in line with him much more than Gary Gensler, who is just all enforcement. And you can kind of see, if you even look, you can end up looking at some of the video on this guy. And I want to tell you, maybe it's here. Is it here somewhere? Here it is. I'm going to play this real quick.
Setting policy
from the start.
So I think, generally getting back to, setting policy through enforcement, I think an optimal approach to regulation, especially of an incipient but growing market, is for the regulator to provide that market with clarity, with guidance, or even with some type of bright line test that gives some indication of the agency's potential interpretation of its own regulations.
Okay, so what you hear him say, and I've heard him say it before, is that you don't need this enforcement policy if you want to do, you just make it clear and guidance instead of just coming back, because I just see the SEC as using this as a money-making machine, unfortunately. And that's not where we want our government, right? We'll tell you the rules after you break them so we can sue you first, and then we'll come back and tell you broke the rules. Sorry, that doesn't work. So there's a lot of people that are more common sense. And then there's some things happen in the House of Representatives. I'll get into that. But anyway, all right. Here's BitBoy kind of talking about where crypto is. He had his dad go and, XRP on Cardano, and this is on the Ripple side, right? He had his dad go and buy XRP at 60 cents. Put a boatload of money into it. Say he's going to make him rich off of it, right? And he told his dad to go do that. Now, this guy, like him, love him, whatever, hate him, one of the largest figures on YouTube and social media crypto that's there. And so, I like to hear what they have to say because he's been in and around the game now for a while, and he's got a lot of, tentacles out there in the world. So let me play this.
Something really interesting we've never seen for Ripple before. Right now, the GitHub activity for Ripple is actually higher than the GitHub activity for Bitcoin. Big things are coming for Ripple. Big things are coming for XRP.
Okay. That's what I'm talking about. Exciting things for Ripple. I think the settlement talk, and he talked about it as well. He thinks that the settlement is going to happen in and around middle of September or even before, with some of the rumblings going on lately. So, and then I just wanted to make note of this before I end the night. Mintable is a Ripple partner. We invested, what was it, like 12 million in there. And this is, I want to start doing things on NFTs because I believe NFT is going to be huge. I just can't get a whole lot of traction from people wanting to see that. But if you could in the comments, just let me know if you think this is valuable, because I would love to start diving into NFTs and really doing some more research outside of the stuff that I do for XRP and some of the others. But anyway, thanks so much. I really appreciate your support. Like, subscribe, follow. I'll see you tomorrow.